Good morning, students. This is the continuation of the chapter, the President and the Vice President. Today we are going to study about the Vice President. Article 63 stipulates that there shall be a Vice President of India. Now, what are the qualifications required for election to the post of the Vice President? First of all, a person shall be eligible for election as Vice President if he or she is a citizen of India. That's compulsory. Secondly, he or she has completed the age of 35 years. And thirdly, is qualified for election as a member of the Council of States. So whatever the qualification required for the member of the Council of State is also eligible for the Vice President. Now, second, a person shall be or shall not be eligible for election as the Vice President if he holds any office of profit under the government of India or government of any state or under any local or other authority subject to the control of any of the said governments. That means he will hold only the post that is granted to him, that is the post of the Vice President and the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Other than this, he cannot be the office bearer of any other government organizations unless and until it is stipulated by law that he can hold those posts. But he will be paid salary only as the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. He won't be paid salary as the Vice President. He is paid salary only as the ex officio chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Now, what are the credentials or how are the elections to the Vice President held? An electoral college consisting of the members of both the House of the Parliament elects the Vice President. The election is held in accordance with the system of the proportional representation by the means of single transferable vote. The voting at such an election is by secret ballot. So the election of the Vice President is very, very similar to the election of the President. Okay, he is first nominated, then the elections are held according to the electoral college. In this, consisting of the members of both the House of the Parliament, except, see the difference between the election of the President and the Vice President. In the election of the President, even the state government, the members of the state government, even they have the right to vote. But in the election of the Vice President, the state government, they don't vote. Okay. So the election is held with the proportional representation system by means of single transferable vote. The voting at such an election is held by secret ballot. Each nomination paper should be proposed by at least 20 electorates, that is MPs, and another 20 electors should second the same. So 20 members of the Parliament would nominate a candidate for the Vice President and another 20 would be seconding the proposal. So earlier the requirements was 5 proposers and 5 seconders. Now they have made it more stringent because many people were just contesting the election and it was a waste of time and energy. So they made it more difficult. Only those who are popular or those who have got popular support are nominated now. Once the Vice President is elected, he or she takes the oath of office. So before entering upon his office, the Vice President takes an oath before the President or some persons appointed on his behalf by him. In case the President is not there, whoever the President appoints, that person will be chairing the oath ceremony. What oath does the President take, the Vice President take? To bear true faith and allegiance to Constitution of India and faithfully discharge his duties. That is the oath taken by the Vice President. What is the term of office for the Vice President? The Vice President shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office. Secondly, he may by writing addressed to the president resign his office. Such resignation will be communicated by the president to the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Okay, so the vice president holds office for a term of 5 years. If he wants, he can resign. To resign, he will address his resignation letter to the president of India. Okay, once he resigns, this resignation will be communicated to the president by the president to the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Then third, he may, by the violation of the constitution, be removed from the office by the process of impeachment, same like what the president faces. In case he violates any Indian law, he may be removed from office by impeachment. And fourth, he shall continue to hold office notwithstanding the expiry of his term until his successor enters upon his office. Even after completing his 5 years, until a new vice president is elected, he will continue to hold the post of the vice president and also the post of the ex officio chairperson. Got it? So, powers and function. What are the powers and function of the vice president? He is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The vice president of the India acts as the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. In this capacity, he regulates debates and proceedings of the House and decides the orders of speeches. He decides the admissibility of a resolution or of questions. He may suspend or adjourn the businesses of the House in case of grave disorder. He issues directions to the chairman of various committees in all matters relating to their working. So he is the head of all the chairman of all the working committees. The vice president gets no salary as the vice president. Whatever is paid to him is only in the capacity of the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. In his absence, the deputy chairman, who is elected by the members of the Rajya Sabha, heads the Rajya Sabha. So, deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha is elected only by the members of the Rajya Sabha. Taking over as the president, the vice president takes over the office of the president under the following situation. When can a vice president do the task or take over as the president of India? 1. In the case of death of the president. 2. If the president resigns. 3. If the president is removed. Or 4. When the president is unable to discharge his functions owing to absence, illness, or any other cause. So these are the 4 conditions under which the vice president can take the office of the president for the remaining term. In the event of the president's death, resignation, or removal, the vice president acts as the president and enters upon his office until a new president is elected. Till then, he is the president. This is unlike the vice president of the USA, who becomes the president for the remaining term of the office. Okay, in the USA, the vice president becomes the president for the remaining term. There will be no other elections for the president. So I hope now the chapter is very clear to you. If there's any doubt, you can always fall back on me. Till then, do take good care of yourself. Goodbye and God bless you.